Tenants at an East Dallas motel say they watched in horror as a man attacked a worker with a machete.
America, we have one of the most disturbing crime stories that I've ever covered. An immigrant with a history of violent, bizarre behavior just beheaded a coworker with a machete at a Dallas motel. And witnesses say he kicked the severed head and threw it into a trash can. Yordanis Cobos-Martinez, who has a documented history of naked carjacking and aggravated assault, is now under federal immigration hold. But here's what's really infuriating. This psychopath was walking free on our streets despite having an active fugitive warrant from California. This is exactly what happens when our criminal justice system fails and mentally unstable individuals with violent histories slip through the cracks.
Police saying Martinez attacked and beheaded a coworker, a 50-year-old named Chandra Nagamallaiah, who Kim simply knew as Bob the manager.
I like the fact that he always made sure we were all taken care of. We were all good.
He is actually cutting someone's head off.
What is up, guys? Tyson Dela Cruz here. Thank you so much for rocking with me. This case perfectly illustrates the deadly consequences of our broken criminal justice system and the mental health crisis plaguing our streets. Let me break down what happened at this East Dallas motel on Samuell Boulevard. Around 9:30 a.m. Wednesday morning, Yordanis Cobos-Martinez got in an argument with his coworker, 50 years old, who everyone knew as Bob the manager.
That's when he got over on the top of him. And then he hit him again, hit him on the foot. Then he trying to split. He was going to go vertical, and he was going to try to split his head. But I guess he changed his mind on that, and then he started just whacking at his neck.
According to the witness, Martinez went into the motel room, came back with the machete, and began attacking Bob. The victim tried to run for his life and almost made it to the motel office before he slipped and fell. And that's when Martinez caught up with him and began the most brutal attack imaginable.
Slash after slash.
Just kept hitting until he decapitated him. He kicked the head, and then he picked it up, and then he threw it in the trash can.
Witness Stephanie Elliott described the attack lasting several minutes. Martinez kicked the severed head, picked it up, and threw it in the trash can like it was garbage. And here's where the story gets even more infuriating. Yordanis Cobos-Martinez has been a walking red flag for years, and our system completely failed to protect innocent Americans from this psychopath. In 2017, Martinez was arrested in South Tahoe for attempting to carjack a woman while completely naked. According to police reports, he walked up to a 22-year-old woman, tried to yank her out of her car by her hair, then got inside and attempted to steal her vehicle with the victim still inside it. Bystanders had to physically pull him out of the vehicle. But it doesn't stop here. While waiting for trial for that particular case, he was arrested in Houston in 2018 for aggravated assault. This guy was ping-ponging between states, racking up violent felonies, and somehow was still walking free.
Here's where it gets a little murky. He didn't go to trial in California for that 2017 case until 6 years later in 2023, but he was convicted, went to prison, and then released on probation. He violated that probation, so the state of California issued a fugitive warrant for him.
Look, I've seen a lot of disturbing cases, but this guy has a pattern of behavior that screams severe mental instability, probably exacerbated by drug use. You don't attempt a naked carjacking, then graduate to beheading people with machetes unless you're dealing with some serious psychological issues, likely made worse with substance abuse. Here's where a broken system becomes crystal clear. Martinez didn't go to trial for his 2017 naked carjacking until 2023. 6 years later, he was convicted, went to prison, got released on probation, then violated that probation. California issued a fugitive warrant for him, but somehow he was still walking around Dallas working at a motel. And here's the kicker. Jail records show Martinez is under immigration hold, meaning federal agents are now involved and he's facing potential deportation. This indicates his violent criminal history has made him deportable under federal immigration law. The fact that someone with this level of violent, psychotic behavior was able to slip through the cracks for years shows massive failures in our criminal justice system. Whether he came here legally or not, his pattern of escalated violence should have triggered immediate intervention. Now let's talk about the victim here, because this 50-year-old deserved so much better than this. His coworkers knew him as Bob the manager. They described him as someone who always made sure we were taken care of and we were all good.
Never heard him argue with no one, cuss no one out, nothing. Be just clean and go home.
Martinez's face being seen again, but for something even more disturbing, at this motel where he cleaned rooms like Kim Sheffield's.
I couldn't believe it. I'm still at a loss for words.
This makes the attack even more shocking because there were no apparent warning signs that this was about to happen.
The victim started running for his life, the witness says, and nearly made it to the motel office before he slipped and fell, and the suspect caught up with him.
This case perfectly illustrates everything wrong with our criminal justice system. We have a violent, mentally unstable individual who's been committing escalated crimes for years and somehow was still walking free in Dallas, working alongside innocent Americans. Martinez had multiple arrests, multiple convictions, an active fugitive warrant, and was clearly exhibiting signs of severe mental illness and possibly drug-induced psychosis. Yet our system failed at every level to keep this dangerous individual away from innocent people. This is what happens when we don't take violent crime seriously. This is what happens when we don't properly address mental health and substance abuse issues. This is what happens when our courts take 6 years to prosecute violent felonies, then release dangerous criminals back into the streets.
Suspect has a machete, and Fire is noticing that he is actually cutting someone's head off.
Chandra, aka Bob, would be alive today if our criminal justice system worked properly. If Martinez would have been properly monitored after his violent crimes. If California had handled this case promptly instead of waiting 6 years. If someone had intervened when he violated probation, Bob would still be taking care of his coworkers at the Dallas motel. America, this case represents everything wrong with our approach to violent crime and mental health in this country. We have violent, mentally unstable individuals who exhibit clear signs of psychotic behavior for years, and our system just keep giving them more and more chances to hurt innocent people. The naked carjacking in 2017 should have been a massive red flag. The aggravated assault in Houston should have triggered immediate intervention and mental health evaluations. The probation violation and fugitive warrant should have resulted in immediate arrests and incarceration. Instead, Bob paid the ultimate price for our system's failures. A hard-working man who took care of his co-workers was brutally murdered by somebody who should have been locked up or getting serious mental health treatment years ago. This is why we need serious criminal justice reform, not soft on crime policies that let dangerous criminals free, but real accountability that keeps violent criminals away from innocent Americans. This is why we need to address the mental health and drug crisis that's creating these psychotic episodes. Martinez is now facing capital murder charges that could get him the death penalty, which is exactly what he deserves. But it won't bring Bob back, and it won't undo the trauma inflicted on everyone who witnessed this savage attack. Let me know what you guys think about this. Drop it down in the comment section down below. Smash the like button if you kindly would. Share, subscribe, and as always, guys, I'll catch you on the next one.